Is the Pixel 10 going to be the upgrade Google fans have been waiting for, or just another phone with a new name? Let's talk about it because the Pixel 10 might be more important than it looks. This year, Google hits the 10th generation of its Pixel line, and with that comes big expectations. First off, let's look at the release date. While older Pixels usually showed up in October, the Pixel 9 broke the habit and came early in August. That trend will likely continue, with the Pixel 10 expected to launch in August 2025, possibly going on pre-order the same day it's announced. Now, the big highlight is the new Tensor G5 chip. For the first time, Google is designing its own chip completely in-house, and it's being built by TSMC using their 3nm process. That should mean better performance and more power efficiency. But being a first-generation chip, it could have some issues too. Still, if you want to see what a real Google-made processor feels like, this could be worth the wait. The price? Rumors say it will stay at $799 like the Pixel 9, but there's always a chance Google adds $100 more like they have in the past. Carrier deals will likely help, especially if you're trading in an old phone or switching plans. Now about the design, don't expect anything brand new. The Pixel 10 looks almost the same as the Pixel 9, including the rear camera bar and rounded corners. It's around 150 to 0.8 millimeters tall, 72 millimeters wide, and 8.6 millimeters thick, going up to 12 millimeters with the camera bump. For color options are expected ultra blue, limoncello, which is a soft yellow, iris, and midnight. The screen is staying compact at 6.3 inches with a 1080 by 2420 for resolution. Supporting a smooth refresh rate of 60 to 120 Hz, brightness could go even higher than the Pixel 9's 2700 nits, and Google is also working on reducing screen flicker, which helps people who are sensitive to it. The display might include Gorilla Glass Victus for better durability, and will continue with an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that works well even if your hands are wet. On the battery side, it might carry a 4,700 mAh battery like the Pixel 9. That's enough for over 24 hours of normal use and up to 100 hours in extreme battery saver mode. Charging is expected to remain fast, maybe 45-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless. There's also a chance Pixel 10 supports the new to wireless charging standard, which uses magnets to align the coils and reduce energy loss. Is the regular Pixel 10 already a letdown before it even launches? That's what many users are starting to ask after a new leak hinted that the base model might skip out on some expected upgrades. The Pixel 10 series is rumored to launch in late August, but if you're hoping for major improvements in the standard version, you might be disappointed. Let's start with performance. The Pixel 10 is now expected to come without a vapor chamber for cooling. That's a big deal if you use your phone for gaming or anything that pushes the processor. A vapor chamber helps spread heat more evenly and keeps the phone from getting too hot too fast. Without it, the Pixel 10 might struggle with high-performance tasks, just like the Pixel 9 did. Then there's connectivity. Last year's Pixel 9 offered Wi-Fi 7, a faster and more advanced standard. But this year, the regular Pixel 10 might drop down to Wi-Fi 6E instead. That's still good, but not as future-ready, especially as Wi-Fi 7 routers and devices become more common. The camera setup is another area that's getting a lot of attention. For the first time, the base Pixel model might come with 3 cameras on the back. Sounds exciting, right? But according to reports, Google might use smaller sensors for the main and ultra-wide cameras to make space for that extra lens. That could mean lower photo quality, especially in low light. So yes, more lenses, but possibly weaker results, and it doesn't stop there. Some cool software features like better video stabilization were rumored to come to all Pixel 10 models. But now, it looks like that smooth video recording upgrade might only be on the Pro version. That's a letdown for people who shoot videos regularly but don't want to spend extra on the Pro, Another feature in the works is something called Ultra Race Zoom. It's meant to take over from Super Race Zoom, which has been on Pixel phones since the Pixel 3. While Super Race Zoom gives you up to 8x zoom, Ultra Race Zoom is expected to go even further. But once again, the base Pixel 10 might not get it. It's likely to be exclusive to the Pro model. When it comes to looks, the Pixel 10 could get a new mix of textures. Leaks suggest it'll have matte sides and a glossy back, which would be a small but nice change from past designs. However, cosmetic updates might not be enough to make up for missing hardware and features. So here's the real question: if the Pixel 10 skips out on better cooling, advanced Wi-Fi, upgraded cameras, and the latest video tools, is it worth buying over the Pro or even a future Pixel 10a? It feels like Google might be pushing more users toward the more expensive version by leaving out useful upgrades from the base model. What if the next iPhone ends up giving you more screen, but without actually telling you yet? That's exactly what just happened thanks to a new product listing from popular case maker Spigen. A screen protector listed on Amazon India mentioned that it fits the iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 17, and iPhone 17 Pro all with 6.3-inch displays. This small detail has created a wave of speculation because it matches a rumor from back in May that claimed Apple would increase the screen size of the base iPhone 17 from 6.1 inches to 6.3 inches. If true, this means the standard iPhone 17 could now be the same size as the Pro model when it comes to the screen, which is a big shift in Apple's design approach. Until now, only the Pro model had that 6.3-inch display, so this update could help Apple create more consistency across its lineup. Right now, the iPhone 16 has a 6.1-inch screen, the 16 Pro has 6.3 inches, the Plus is at 6.7 inches, and the Pro Max sits at 6.9 inches. With the iPhone 17 series, the standard and Pro models are both expected to feature 6.3-inch displays, while the Pro Max will likely stay at 6.9 inches. There's also talk of a new model called the iPhone 17 Air, which may replace the Plus version and come with a 6.6-inch screen. But before anyone gets too excited, it's important to understand that having the same screen size doesn't mean having the same display quality. Apple usually saves the better stuff like higher refresh rate, brighter panels, and more advanced technology for its Pro models. So while the iPhone 17 and 17 Pro might both measure 6.3 inches, you can expect the Pro version to still look and perform better. This change might feel like a small thing, but it matters to people who care about screen size. A 6.3-inch display might be perfect for users who want a little more screen without jumping to something too large. On the other hand, those who prefer smaller phones might feel disappointed, especially if they like the compact feel of the 6.1-inch model. Bigger screens can be harder to use with one hand and take up more pocket space, so there's a trade-off. But maybe this is part of Apple's bigger plan to make things simpler across the board. If all the main models share similar sizes, it's easier to design accessories, update software, and keep things more organized. The fact that a case company like Spigen is already including this detail in its listing adds weight to the leak. These kinds of accessory makers often get early measurements to prepare their products in advance, so they might accidentally confirm features before Apple announces them.